It is time for the hot topic of the hour. Israel and Iran trading strikes for the first time since April's ceasefire went into effect. All of this happening last night and then overnight. The IDF did confirm they hit an Iranian petrochemical plant and defense systems as the Houthis threatened to block Israel in the Red Sea. Also overnight, sirens in Jerusalem as Israel warned residents of multiple waves of incoming Iranian missiles. So far, no major injuries have been reported. President Trump just moments ago posted to Truth Social. He said this: Israel and Iran must immediately stop shooting. President Trump telling Fox's Trey Yingst a deal was on the table for as soon as today or early this week. But then the trading of strikes is now complicating these negotiations. The president saying to Fox, quote, "What I would suggest to Iran, you've shot your missiles. That's enough. Get back to the table and make a deal." The commander-in-chief also says that he is the one calling the shots in the conflict, not Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The president admitting this weekend that he and Netanyahu did disagree on the approach to Lebanon and that he'd rather see, quote, a more surgical attack on Hezbollah. Former Middle East Deputy Special Envoy Morgan Ortega is telling Maria on Sunday about why dismantling Hezbollah is such a key part of this overall conflict. Watch.
We have seen historic negotiations happen over the past few months in Washington, led by Ambassador Michelle Issa and Ambassador Huckabee. Last fall, I led the first negotiations between Israel and Lebanon in 32 years. The problem, Maria, is not Israel and Lebanon. The problem is Hezbollah. And you saw President Aoun, by the way, the only Christian leader in the Middle East, the only Christian head of state. President Aoun, this week in an interview, basically blamed all of this on Iran, on the IRGC, said that Lebanon should be independent from negotiations with Iran. So Israel and Lebanon should have peace. They should enter the Abraham Accords and Syria as well, as the president wants. The problem, and both Israel, President Trump, and Lebanon all agree on this, the problem is Hezbollah. The problem is Iran. And that's why the president's actions towards Iran and Hezbollah are so crucial at this moment.
Ashley Davis, your reaction this morning to what we are seeing.
Well, good morning, both of you. It's nice to see you. But Morgan's 100% right. I mean, obviously, the Netanyahu has to protect Israel against Hezbollah, not Lebanon. But that has really been the sticking point in these negotiations, especially in the last few weeks. It actually doesn't surprise me that you see these mass shootings of missiles over the last 24 hours. If we really are close to a deal, as what the president said, they are trying to get their last missile shot before that actual negotiations comes to a close. But the one thing that we all have to watch is really where Hezbollah is in the southern part of Beirut, because that is what that Israel is really targeting, because a lot of the leaders are living there. And actually, the Iran leadership has been saying you can't touch Beirut. So it's a very sticky situation. What bothers me the most is that you see Yemen starting to shoot at Israel. So that just brings actually another country again into this mix. But I'm really hoping that this comes to a close. And Netanyahu's under a lot of pressure from his conservative wing in Israel to make sure that he is not listening to President Trump, to make sure that he's controlling the negotiations and not Netanyahu.